Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football. And I thought, you know what, I'll do my live at 6:50 p.m. because Spain-Croatia will be a dead game. I look at my TV, Croatia have just equalised. What on earth? You know, it's actually a good game in the end. I thought it was going to be a shocker. But oh wow, Pau Torres didn't look great. De Gea should start for Spain. They can see 3 goals. Okay, but we're not here to talk about Spain. We're here to talk about Manchester United and Manchester United players and players that could be joining Manchester United. So let's get straight into the live stream. Someone's asked me what's the latest on the Varane signing. And in this live stream, I will be talking about the latest on Rafael Varane to Manchester United, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, Kieran Trippier, the latest news on him, as well as Camavinga, the latest news. I'll talk about some comments that's come out from some Tier 1 journalists, including FABRIZIO, ROMANO, Konstantin Eka, and a lot of the other journalists in the British and international media. So I will keep you up to date on all the latest news. And of course, please, any questions for me, do put them down below in the live chat. I'll try and read and reply to as many comments as possible. I'll try and read and reply to as many comments as possible. But we will be talking about the centre-back situation, and Pau Torres, he ain't having a good game. He's not selling himself for me. He's not selling himself for me. And I was watching the game just before I went live. So any questions for me, please do put them down below in the live chat. But we're going to get straight into the news. And Niall Kane says, "Evening, Alice. What is the latest on the Varane signing and all of that?" So let's address Rafael Varane first. Let's address the Rafael Varane news. So like, subscribe, share, boom. So the Independent said that Rafael Varane wants to join Manchester United this summer to experience a new challenge in his career, and United view Varane as their top centre-back. So the Independent had said it's not like a Tier 1 reliable source, but it's not the Star, it's not the Mirror, it's not trash. They said Varane wants to join Man United, he wants a new challenge, he wants to come to the Premier League, and Man United view Varane as their top centre-back target. And we kind of know this. Fabrizio Romano has said that Manchester United really want Rafael Varane. They want to go from after the Euros. Fabrizio Romano said Man United will sign Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane. We know that from Fabrizio Romano. So, you know, he said he wants to be, what? Fabrizio Romano never said we will sign Rafael Varane. Fabrizio Romano said we will sign Jadon Sancho and then a centre-back after the Euros. Varane is our first choice. Don't want to quote Fabrizio Romano on because that would be bad. So we know that Manchester United really want Rafael Varane. We've known for a while Varane's our first choice transfer target. The situation with Rafael Varane is, does he want United? Is he doing a Ramos where he's using United so we can get a big new contract at Real Madrid? Does he want to move back to France? Does he want Chelsea? Rafael Varane is a good player. Yeah, Rafael Varane, I say, will go where he wants to go. And all the indications and rumours are coming in saying that there's no indication that Rafael Varane is going to stay at Real Madrid. Fabrizio Romano said that Carlo Ancelotti has no idea what Rafael Varane is going to do with his future. We know no one has any idea if Rafael Varane is going to stay at Real Madrid or not, but there's no indication that he is going to stay at Real Madrid. The Rafael Varane Real Madrid situation is like the Pogba and Man United situation. It does not look like Varane is going to stay at Real Madrid, and all the news coming out is that Varane wants to leave Real Madrid, have a new challenge. Now, it was Manchester United and PSG were the two clubs massively linked to Varane, and Chelsea were also keeping an eye on Rafael Varane. Now, the latest is that PSG are going to go for Sergio Ramos, and I think if they get Sergio Ramos, they probably won't go for Varane. Real Madrid won't want to sell Varane, but because he has 1 year left on his deal, they might have to let Varane go, or they risk losing him on a free next summer. Now, if Varane does want to leave and he does want to go to Manchester United, and these rumours are true, United are in very, very strong position to sign Rafael Varane, because if PSG get Ramos, that eliminates our biggest competition, and Varane wants to Premier League between Man United and Chelsea, and Man United are the most interested of any club in for Varane. So if Varane does want to leave Real Madrid and he does want to come to Manchester United, we're in a very strong position to sign him, because he's got 1 year left on his deal. And if he turns around to Real Madrid and says, "No way, I'm signing, staying a new contract, you're losing on a free next summer," Real Madrid will have to let Varane go and sell Varane for 40-50 million quid. And we know Fabrizio Romano said it's Sancho and a centre-back for sure. He did touch on the Camavinga and midfield situation, which I will talk about. But if Varane wants United, he will go to United. That's what I say. If Varane wants United, he will go to United. United want Varane, but we'll only get him if Varane wants United, because then Varane will push the move. He's got 1 year left on the deal. They have no choice but to sell, and we can get him for a reasonable price, and we do want to stand about. And going off Pau Torres right now, he's our second choice. You know, if we don't get Varane, we're going to go for Pau Torres, because we had a failed bid on Koundé, and apparently Spurs are in for Koundé. And I tell you what, Koundé's better than Pau Torres. I said this time and time again. I don't want Pau Torres, so I hope we get Varane, but I think Varane will go where he wants to go. I think that is the news situation and all of that. Andrew says, much rather be playing at Wembley compared to some of these locations, very hot, humid in some areas right now. I think that's a massive home advantage. We will talk about the England-Germany game towards the end of the video, but Croatia did have a little bit of a comeback then. They did have a bit of a comeback. So, yeah, Woodward would struggle with fine water in the swimming pool. So, Sachin, and I agree. And Fab seems to suggest not as close with Varane as some are reporting, seems to be weighing up his options and Real pushing to extend. Yes, this is a good point. Like, the Varane deal was close, and apparently Varane wants United. But is Varane deal as close as some of these outlets are saying? Because some of these outlets are pushing that Varane is really close and all of that. But what we know from Fabrizio Romano is Man United will sign Sancho, and then after Sancho, they're going to push Rafael Varane. And if he does leave Real Madrid, we've got a chance of signing him if he does not sign a new contract at Real Madrid. There's no indication that he's going to sign a new contract at Real Madrid, but Varane has basically said that he's not addressing his future till after the Euros. There's a rumour that Varane will announce he's leaving Real Madrid after the Euros between Man United and PSG. But the Varane deal, like, if he wants United, we will get him. Like, there's a possibility this deal could be close. But, yeah, you make a good point. It's not like we've put in a bid for Varane. It's not like we've agreed personal terms for Varane. But there's a lot going on with Varane to Manchester United to definitely sort of keep an eye on all of that. Thank you very much to George Kester for joining the Members Club. Your support means a lot and all of that. And Adam Sports says, I thought we'd get him this week unless we agree principle. I mean, Sancho. Yeah, the Sancho later. So what is the news regarding Jadon Sancho? Because this deal has been done for a while, hasn't it? It's a bit of a frustrating situation because the Sancho deal has really been done for a while, and it's like we know the deal is done, but it's not officially done, and it's a frustrating situation to sit in. But the latest with Jadon Sancho, Fabrizio Romano went on the United stand and he made some comments regarding Jadon Sancho, and he said Man United's priority now is Jadon Sancho deal, and after the Euros, we're likely to move for a centre back. We are working on Jadon Sancho night and day at the moment. I think what we're doing is I think we're waiting to see if England get knocked out versus Germany, because the moment England get knocked out the Euros, Sancho announcement, Sancho deal, new kit, boom, boom, boom. Man United are just waiting for England to get knocked out. I think we'll get knocked out versus Germany. I do not rate Southgate. I think Germany will knock us out. As negative as that sounds, and we'll talk about the game later on. But there's a rumour that Sancho's going to be announced today. Look, the Sancho stuff's gone really, really quiet. Well, all we need with the Sancho thing is a tweet from a reliable journalist saying the deal's been done. Here we go, and it hits off. You know, I could check my phone in an hour's time. Christian Folk could tweet something 10 minutes later. You get here we go from Fabrizio Romano. You know, the Sancho news could come out of nowhere. Like Sancho, we could get our Sancho. Here we go tonight. We could get our Sancho. Here we go tomorrow. You know, the Sancho news is very likely just to pop out of nowhere. It's one of those that it's going to happen any minute, any hour, any day now. Like, it's going to be done, I think, in the next week from what we know. They wouldn't say days if it wasn't going to be done in the next week. We're just sitting here waiting for, well, here we go. So the situation with Man United and transfers is that Jadon Sancho, the deal is literally minutes away from being, you know, done, announced, all of that. We are working on Varane, but we will go for Varane after the Euros. And if Varane wants to leave Real Madrid, we can possibly get Varane. I will talk about the latest about Camavinga, guys. Camavinga. So the Camavinga news came out yesterday, and a lot of journalists linked us to Camavinga, and a really reliable journalist in Mohamed Basfani said that Man United are in for Camavinga. They have held talks with him. They're going in for talks with his representatives. We do actually have Camavinga as a top priority target. And what we know about Camavinga is he's a young midfielder with 1 year left on his contract and all of that. And we have a chance to get him for £40 million. That's the news sort of coming on of Camavinga, as we know. And, you know, as a reliable journalist saying we really are in for Camavinga, like we're trying to get talks. You know, the Camavinga's agents or representatives also represent 7 Man United players. So we've got very, very good links. And Man United is a step up from Rennes. And Camavinga is the type of player we need to play in the pivot with Pogba. Now, Fabrizio Romano was asked about this Camavinga news. And Fabrizio Romano is the don of all transfers. So he confirmed this interest and just gave us a little bit more insight into the story. So this is what Fabrizio Romano had to say regarding Camavinga. Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United have an interest in Camavinga, but it's not a priority right now. At the moment, there is no advanced notification and no official bid. Camavinga and his agents are not in a rush as he's a free agent next season, but he's open to moves to a top club. So Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Man United have an interest in Camavinga, but it's not a priority right now. There's no advanced negotiations, no official bid, but we have had a little bit of negotiations with Camavinga, and he is a target. Fabrizio Romano later on confirmed that Manchester United's priority right now is resolving the situation of Pogba and see what happens with Van der Beek. So they will have something to resolve in midfield, and they're now focusing on Jadon Sancho. Camavinga is not a priority right now. So what Fabrizio Romano, I think, is saying is it's Sancho after the Euros as a centre-back, and then Camavinga could possibly become a priority once we know the future of Pogba and Donny van der Beek, which, you know, doesn't surprise me. Fabrizio Romano also said that keep an eye on PSG and Camavinga because PSG are also interested in the player. Many clubs are in the race. It will take many days for talks to be advanced. So Man United and PSG are in a race for Camavinga. I think the only thing is PSG's midfield is absolutely stacked. So Camavinga is not actually guaranteed game time if he comes to PSG, if you think about it. But Fabrizio Romano did confirm the Camavinga interest, but he said it's not that advanced. And I think we had this indication this Camavinga deal could be advanced, but it's just a player we're monitoring. It's a player we've spoken to, a player we're interested in. And I think if we can get Camavinga, we'd go for him. I think it will be Sancho. I think it will be Varane or a centre-back, and then I think we will go for Camavinga. But another player that Man United have, of course, been linked to, unless you've been living under a rock, is Kieran Trippier. Now, Kieran Trippier has been linked to Manchester United yet again. And, you know, Dalot put in a good performance, and it asked some questions, you know, why are we going to spend 20-odd million on Trippier when we got Dalot? But the rumour is Dalot wants PSG, and Trippier wants to move to Man United. Dalot wants AC Milan, Dalot wants to leave, and Trippier wants to move to Manchester United and all of that. But there's news coming in just now, guys, from Sky Germany that Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a deal for Sancho. I'm not lying. There's news that's just coming right now. I just updated my news feed. News coming in this second, apparently, that we've agreed a deal for Sancho. Apparently, according to Sky Germany, we've just agreed a deal for Jadon Sancho. I'm not lying. I am not lying, guys. Go on Sky Germany. They've just said we finally agreed the deal. Apparently, we've just agreed the deal for Jadon Sancho. What the fuck? What the fuck? Nah. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm just telling you all the other news thinking, yeah, Sancho could happen today. Sancho could happen tomorrow. I just refreshed my Twitter feed. And Sky Germany, a really reliable source, is saying the Jadon Sancho deal has been done. It's agreed. Like, we could get our here we go. We could be getting our here we go in the next 10 minutes. Mad. That's just distracting me. Kieran Trippier to Manchester United, though. But I will keep an eye on this Sancho story because apparently the deal's just been done. It's just been agreed. News just in that it's been agreed. But news on the Trippier deal. Man United want Trippier, but if Trippier costs more than £20 million, we won't go for him. Unless Atletico Madrid budge on that price for Trippier, we won't go for him. We do want a backup right back. It looks like Dalot's going to leave, but the Trippier situation depends on his price. So yeah, that's actually some mad news coming in though, apparently, and all of that. I am not watching the Spain versus Croatia game. I was watching it and I thought it was be a dead game, so that's why I scheduled the live stream for 6:50. And apparently Sancho is a done deal. I hope it is. I'm going to give it 10 minutes. If the Sancho deal is a done deal, I will do another live stream announcing that the Sancho deal is a done deal. So like if this, because it's just come in that the deal's done. So if we get a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, I'll be doing another live stream to say that the deal is done. But it's basically been said that Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a fee of around 85 million for Jadon Sancho. That's coming for Sky Germany. So one wait for my here we go from Fabrizio Romano. If we get a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, then I'll be live again right after this stream to announce Sancho, because I feel like the Sancho announcement has to have its own video. It has to have its own video. Also, Romano said United will not be buying a midfielder until they know what's happening with Van der Beek and Paul Pogba. Yeah, exactly. For the best Man United daily news, please do subscribe down below. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. Share this video and all of that. All your support on the channel, it means the world. Like, all your support literally means the world. So please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football, hit that like button and all of that. But I'm just updating the title too. Just updating the title to put Sancho in there. Okay, sorry about that. I was just updating the title to put Sancho in there because we just talked about Sancho. Dumfries is better. I mean, I would take Dumfries at Man United and all of that, but I doubt we'll get him. Tam Trump says Camavinga is not an easy deal to do. Yeah, I don't think Camavinga is an easy deal to do because there's going to be a lot of competition for Camavinga. There's going to be a lot of competition for Camavinga because he is like got 1 year left on his deal, so loads of clubs can afford him. So he can go where he wants. Like Camavinga can go where he wants to go because he's got 1 year left on his deal. He's in all control. Everyone's going to be for him because he's like the best up-and-coming young talent. Like, honestly, it's hard. If we get Camavinga, if we sign Camavinga, Sancho, and Varane this window, then fair enough. If we manage to sign them all, fair enough, and all of that. But absolutely mad. Everyone's saying the Sancho deal is done, and then all these tweets saying the Sancho deal is done has just been deleted. What is going on? What is going on right now? Has the Sancho deal... we're being told from Sky Germany the Sancho deal's been done. Fabrizio. We need a Fabrizio Romano tweet right now. United Journal tweet, someone said. I will have a look at what the United Journal has tweeted. Andrew says, if England go out tomorrow, I think United could announce in a day or two for Sancho. Yeah. Look, I generally think that Germany will win and all that. talking of some international news. So Greenwood has been linked to switching nationalities to Jamaica. Mason Greenwood's only played about 10 minutes for England in a friendly, and if you're under the age of 21, if you're 21 or under, you can change nationalities if you've played less than 3 games, and they're friendlies. And Mason Greenwood has been linked with Jamaica are trying to snap him up. Now, if I was Mason Greenwood, I would stay at England because Southgate did, if Greenwood didn't pull out with injury, he would have gone to the World Cup over Saka. Not the World Cup, to the Euros over Saka. But Greenwood pulled out of injury, he chose Saka because Greenwood pulled out with injury. Greenwood is, it's not Wan-Bissaka where he ain't getting involved at all. If I was Greenwood, I don't know if Greenwood is going to go and change his nationality to Jamaica. I don't think he will. But Greenwood, there's rumours that Jamaica are really trying to snap Greenwood up and change his mind because, he will be a guaranteed star if he plays for Jamaica, and Jamaica want to qualify for the World Cup. Jamaica must hate England because we've got Sterling, we've got Greenwood, we've got like 50 other players that could play for Jamaica. They must absolutely hate England. But there's rumours that Mason Greenwood switching his nationality to Jamaica, and De Gea not starting for Spain today. Is that going to cost Spain because the goalie did make the mistake to take them 1-0 down? Also about how good was Dalot versus Belgium. This is the thing. Look, Dalot is a good right back and he's good going forward. He's not the best defender in the world. But I'm like, when you need a CDM centre-back and a right wing more than we need a backup right back, I think, keep what you have in Dalot. But if he wants to go out, understand it because he's not going to get much game time. I think keep what we have in Dalot and get a CDM, get a centre-back and get a right winger, because I don't want us to be signing Trippier and spending 30 odd million on Trippier and not get a CDM, because I think that would be a really, really awkward thing. Everyone's asking me to check the United Journal tweet. I will do that now then. Let me check the United Journal tweet. But there is a rumour, according to Sky Germany, the Sancho deal has been done. That's what Sky Germany said. United Journal just tweeted that Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United is imminent. Breaking: Man United have agreed a deal with Borussia Dortmund for around 85 million euros for Jadon Sancho. That has just come in from the United Journal, via Sky Sports Germany, which is a very, very reliable source. And they've said that they've just agreed on an 85 million euro deal. The deal has been done for Sancho. So sit there, refresh your Fabrizio Romano feed and all of that. They say, although Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a total fee for Jadon Sancho, they're still negotiating the final structure of the deal as well as instalments. The transfer is on the home stretch. So that's just coming again from Sky Sports. Literally, this is coming as I'm live. Like, this really is your latest news live update, because this is coming. I'm reading this as it comes in. So that Sancho deal is done for 85 million. Although they say they've agreed a total fee, they're still negotiating the final structure of how the deal is done. But Man United and Borussia Dortmund have finally agreed a fee for Jadon Sancho. For the first time in ever, Man United have finally, just in right now, agreed a fee for Jadon Sancho. So that is big news. That is big news. Please do comment any questions you have down below. I'm going to try and read out and answer as many live chats as possible. So any questions for me, please do put them down below. Oh, my stupid live stream. I'm trying to update my live stream. One sec, guys. Sorry about this. Okay, boom. Any questions for me, please do pop them down below in the live chat. I'm going to try and read and reply to a lot of the questions down below. Please subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're not subscribed, though. Every like, sub means a lot. And Spain have just scored. It is 4-3 Spain. What is going on this game? The game that I'm like is going to be dead. I'll do a live stream, all of that. I literally think this game is going to be dead. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do a live stream. Bada bing, bada boom. All of a sudden, they score a shit ton of goals. So, yeah. But apparently Morata has scored. So there we go. Morata has had an interesting tournament. He's missed a lot of big chances. The other news coming in from Sky Sports regarding the Jadon Sancho latest is both sides have found a common denominator for a total, but the structure of payment is yet to be finalised. The instalments is which the sum is how it's paid and figures are linked to. So basically, just in right now, Man United and Dortmund have agreed an 85 million euro fee for Jadon Sancho. They're now in the final stretch of negotiating how this fee will be paid. So it's been agreed, but they're negotiating how it's going to be paid. So we are 99.9% close to a here we go. We were 99% close to a here we go. We're now 99.9% close to here we go. So keep refreshing your feed, keep refreshing the news, because big news regarding Jadon Sancho. And I'll tell you what, like, I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it. I've been asked on my views for Botman. I haven't really watched much of Botman. I won't lie to you. I would take him over Pau Torres. I think he could be quite affordable. He's obviously won the league with Lille. but I haven't watched a lot of Botman. For me, if my first choice centre-back to bring to Man United would be Jules Koundé from what I've watched, followed by Varane. I don't actually know too much about Botman. I won't lie to you in all of this. Jadon Sancho said, told you all to sub to Alice. She gives the news as they first come out. I do. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water. So please do hit that like button and subscribe down below. It'll be interesting to see if Romano gets on this Sancho news being done. It'll be really, really interesting if Romano gets on it. But Morata has finally scored for Spain. About time. Sancho, here we go soon. I mean, this Sancho, here we go is soon. Like, it's soon, but it is like refreshable. Like, keep refreshing, I think. It's just, yeah. Like, I mean, there's so much news regarding Man United. And it would be classic Man United to announce Sancho during a 4-3 fucking thriller, wouldn't it? Anyway, some more news regarding Manchester United. I don't want to go off topic because I have a lot of things to talk about in this live stream and a lot of questions to answer. But, as we know, France versus Switzerland tonight. Paul Pogba will be playing, being very impressive this tournament. But a Man United player that's been getting a lot of stick this tournament is Bruno Fernandes. And I want to address this Bruno Fernandes stick. I talked about this on my TikTok. I talked about this when I was on the All for United podcast earlier today. Bruno Fernandes is a top quality player. And yes, some United fans overhype Bruno, but he is very, very disrespected by rival fans and people in this fan base. Without Bruno Fernandes, we wouldn't have finished second. He's the reason we had that big jump. You know, we were Arsenal level, and then we became a level above Arsenal when Bruno Fernandes joined. And I think there's a lot of criticism on Bruno Fernandes because he underperforms for Portugal. But everyone underperformed for Portugal, bar Ronaldo and bar Renato Sanchez. Everyone was poor for Portugal. But people seem to be attacking Bruno Fernandes, who had a bad tournament, especially for his high standards. I'm not saying that Bruno was good. But Bruno started 2 games and created more chances than any other player for Portugal. You know, Bruno started 2 games and came out the tournament as Portugal's leading chance creator, progressive passer, and passes forward. You know, in a very negative Portugal side, Bruno was the one player trying to pass the ball forward. And if you do an eye test and you don't look at stats, he was good versus Belgium, he was good versus Hungary, he was not good versus France and Germany. I give you that. But the disrespect to Bruno Fernandes, I think, is too high. You know, Portugal's defence was shocking. Ruben Diaz was as bad as Bruno Fernandes. Nelson Semedo was absolutely shocking. And Bernardo Silva did less than Bruno Fernandes. Bernardo Silva had a worse attacking display than Bruno. When Bruno came on versus Belgium, Portugal got better. So yes, Bruno had a bad tournament, but the criticism on Bruno Fernandes is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Alice, do I think Jesse Lingard's better than Kevin De Bruyne? Jesse Lingard is better than Messi. Jesse Lingard is the best player in the world. You've heard it here. You've heard it here. And all that. If you just joined the live stream, news is coming just now before I went live about Jadon Sancho saying that Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund haven't agreed a total fee for Jadon Sancho. However, they're still negotiating to finalise the structure of the payments as well as instalments. The transfer is now in the home stretch and should not fail. That's news just in from Sky Germany and all of that. But what a game going on in Spain, Croatia. It's 5-3 to Spain. Spain has scored 10 goals in their last 2 games. You know, I didn't expect this from Spain, but they put Croatia in pain. That's what I've got to say. 5-5. It's not 5-5, is it? Please don't tell me it's 5-5. I didn't watch the game because I thought it would be a shit game. It's not 5-5. It's 5-3 to Spain. If it's 5-5, that would be an absolute joke. But I didn't realise that game would be so big. Will Camavinga be our 3rd signing, says this person. Now, Sancho's our 1st signing. We all know that. Well, technically, Tom Heaton's our 1st signing. Boom. What a signing now. I know we signed Tom Heaton, but no one gives a fuck, let's be honest. So Sancho will probably be our 1st signing. A centre-back will be our 2nd signing. And Camavinga could be our 3rd signing. Now, it's going to be Sancho as centre-back. If we can get Varane, the centre-back will be Varane. If Varane wants United, the centre-back will be Varane. And then the 3rd signing, I think, could be a Trippier. I think it could be a Camavinga. I think, you know, the 3rd signing, I think we will sign 3 players. But I think the 3rd signing will either be a backup right back or a central midfielder, dependent. But I think a lot of it depends on how much money we get in outs. Do we sell Jesse Lingard? Do we sell Dean Henderson? Do we sell Delone? Do we sell Pereira? Do we sell Jones? Do we sell Martial? How much money do we get in outs? I think that 3rd signing depends on. So I think it's going to be Sancho, a centre-back, and the 3rd signing depends on who leaves, how much money we get, what's the future of players. But I think it will be 3 signings. But Camavinga is possible to be our 3rd signing. We definitely are in for him. But Fabrizio Romano said there's nothing advanced with United for Camavinga. We admire him, we want him, but we're waiting to see the future of Pogba and Van der Beek. So that is the latest sort of on Camavinga and all of that. But it is still 5-3. And yeah, Andrew says Bruno has been disrespected most of his tenure with us. He is a leader and basically carried the club on his back since he came. Bruno immediately lifted the squad when he came into it. I agree. You also got to remember, no team has played more minutes for Man United. No player has played more minutes than Bruno Fernandes in the last year. No player in football has played more minutes than Bruno Fernandes in the last year. Because you remember, Ollie doesn't drop this guy. On average, in the last year, Bruno's played 90 minutes every 4 days. Every 4 days. Every 4 days. And people criticise this guy. He needs a break. I'm glad Portugal got knocked out, because Bruno Fernandes needs a bloody break, and it doesn't take a genius to see it. And he wasn't even Portugal's worst player and all of that. But apparently 73 million is what we're going to pay for Jadon Sancho and all of that. But just a note on the Sancho news that we have agreed a price for Jadon Sancho, but it's not fully done. Apparently we've agreed price for Jadon Sancho, but it's not fully done. We're negotiating on how the fee will be. But Man United have agreed an 85 million euro fee, according to Sky Germany, which are a pretty reliable source. They're not like Fabrizio Romano reliable, but they're not the Star, they're not the Mirror, they're not the Mail. Reliable sources, Sancho to Man United, 85 million euros has just been agreed as of now, 10 minutes ago. We're just waiting to do the final parts of this deal and all of that. So keep an eye on the Jadon Sancho news and stuff, and I'll give you updates as it comes in and all of that. But it's not done though. Yeah, the Sancho deal is not done. I mean, I literally started this live stream. It's what's just happened. What's new? What's new is that the fee is agreed. The fee is agreed. The deal is not done, but we've just agreed a fee with Dortmund. An hour ago, we hadn't agreed a fee with Dortmund. An hour ago, we were told the deal is close. We're close to agreeing a fee. In the last hour, we've agreed the fee, 85 million euros with Dortmund. We're just agreeing how we're going to pay that fee. And that is the last step. So we were 99% done an hour ago. We're 99.9% done. We are 1% away from that. Here we go. And that is agreeing how the fee will be done. Agreeing how the fee will be done. So we've agreed a fee of 85 million euros, which is 73 million pounds. But you have to say, Pepe was 72 million pounds. If we get Sancho for 73 million pounds, that banters Arsenal, because Sancho's younger and better than Pepe. So banter you Arsenal FC. But yeah, that's absolutely a mad one. That is fair play to United. We take our time on deals, but I think Sancho for 83 million pounds would be some good business. It would be some good business. Probably some of the best business Man United have done in years. It's still a lot of money, but 100%. So the situation is the Sancho fee is agreed. We're just waiting for the last bit of this deal. So keep your eye out for Fabrizio Romano, because we could be getting a here we go today. We could generally get a here we go today like we thought. And all of that. Andrew says that Bruno is a goal and assist machine. We would barely qualify for Europa if he did not sign for us. Literally, Bruno is very disrespected and underrated. Like he's overrated by some United fans who say he's the level of Kevin De Bruyne, but yeah, very, very disrespected. Mitch P said he would rather keep Pogba and Donny van der Beek and buy Sakaria for 30 million and then Camavinga. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think that would be good business. I think we'd have a really good midfield if he does that. Ollie doesn't even make subs Ollie out. I mean, that's the thing. Bruno and Rashford were our two best players. Okay, for the first half of the season, Bruno and Rashford were Man United's two best players. They were. Up until January, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford were Man United's two players up for player of the season, and Luke Shaw a little bit. But they just got worn out. At least Luke Shaw got a bit of rest for Tellers here and there and all of that. And I know Tellers didn't play much, but Bruno and Luke Shaw were massively overplayed. Not Bruno and Luke Shaw. Bruno and Rashford massively overplayed, and that's why they both dropped off towards the end of the season. Do you think Trippier will play instead of Wan-Bissaka if we sign him? I think Trippier will just be another Alex Tellers, if you're honest opinion. Wan-Bissaka's good. I think Wan-Bissaka's better than Trippier. I know Trippier gets taken to the England squad, but I don't go off Southgate knowledge, because Southgate plays, Grealish. Southgate won't start Grealish, so, just because Southgate takes a player to play for England doesn't mean they're better, if you want my honest opinion. Camavinga's dream move is PSG, but his football idol is Pogba. Yeah, that's the thing. And PSG apparently want Pogba. So PSG could get one of Pogba and Camavinga, but they wouldn't get both because the PSG are overloaded in midfield. If I was Camavinga, I think he's too good to play in France. France, no disrespect to PSG, they're a good team. They can compete in the Champions League, but the French league is a crap league. If you really want to be a big name, look at Mbappe. Mbappe is a good player, but he's not a big name because he plays in the French league. He is a big name, but as bad as it sounds, because Mbappe plays in the French league, he will never be respected like Ronaldo and Messi are respected. If you get my honest opinion, I think, the French league isn't the best league in the world. Sancho news, please. Everyone's asking me about this Sancho news that's just come in. Everyone's asking about the Sancho news that's just come in. If you've not, it's literally that Man United have now, in the last hour, literally 10 minutes ago, news came in from Sky Germany saying we agreed a fee of 85 €18.5 million for Jadon Sancho, and we're just negotiating how the structure of the fee will be paid. So we have apparently officially agreed a fee for Jadon Sancho. If you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please do subscribe down below, as I do daily Manchester United content on the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football, because every sub, every like, every subscribe, it means a lot. So like, subscribe, share the videos, stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news. United Extra Time said Fabrizio Romano said it will be announced in the days following England's Euro campaign finishing. He mentioned the club will announce it when the new shirts deal starts. What a surprise. This is the thing. We will get our Sancho here we go in the next 3 days, but the Sancho deal will not be announced by Man United till after England in the Euros and when they announce their new shirt sponsor. So with Sancho, the Sancho situation is Man United have agreed a fee just now, according to Sky Germany, of €85 million for Jadon Sancho. We're just negotiating how that fee will be done. Then we'll get our here we go from Fabrizio Romano. We can get our here we go from Fabrizio Romano tonight, tomorrow, the next day. We can get our here we go from Fabrizio Romano in the next 48 hours, it looks likely. But then it won't be announced by Manchester United until after the Euros, until they get Sancho back and they could do his medical, they can take the picture with the shirt sponsor and all of that. But yeah, that is sort of the latest coming in and all of that. So that is more the latest on Sancho. Maguire is slow, according to some United fans, but just in a video of him out-sprinting Reece James during the training session. Like, Maguire is slow, but yeah, it's true. He out-sprinted Reece James in the training session, which is absolutely mad. And George Kester says, heard a rumour that we're considering paying Sancho 350 grand a week. Okay, I believe it's 250 grand a week plus add-ons. So if he gets all his add-ons, it could be 350k a week, but it's 250k a week, as I'm aware. Very similar structure to Anthony Martial, by the way, which might hint Martial out, Sancho in, because they earn about the same wages and all of that. Ola Uni said he would love a midfield three of Pogba, Bruno, Camavinga. I think we'd all love that. Any news on Tom Heaton? That is a done deal. Like that is done. Like, the medical's done. Tom Heaton is a Man United player. Like, he is. That's all done. It's just like no one really cares enough for it to be really officially announced and have a video on it. And as Nick said, Sancho will be paid 250k a week. The 350k a week is false. Yeah, exactly. I think it could raise to 350k a week and add-ons apparently, but it is 250k a week and all of that. I bet everyone here, first 5 games of Sancho will score or assist. I think Sancho will work at Man United. I do. A lot people do worry he'll be a flop, but I have a feeling that the Sancho deal will work. I think, you know, if Sancho's a flop, it sucks. It sucks. But yeah. But yeah, absolutely mad one. Keep the questions in down below. Any questions you have for me, please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video and all of that. Subscribe to Alice Talks Football for daily Manchester United content. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, make sure you are subscribed, because the news just in today from Sky Germany just now is that we've agreed with a deal for Jadon Sancho. So the minute Fabrizio Romano tweets, here we go. The minute Fabrizio Romano tweets, here we go, I'll be live to announce the Sancho deal is done. So the minute we get that here we go, I will be live. And I have this deal on this here we go is super soon. Super soon and all of that. So please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video and all of that. Heaton can't be announced until July 1st once his Villa contract is up. Yeah, exactly. Good there, Mick Norris. I knew we'd done Heaton, but I knew there was a reason we hadn't announced him. So thank you for that and all of that. And Man United will never sign Sancho. Even me, I was excited, but I know I give up. They won't sign him. We will sign Sancho. We literally have just agreed a fee with Dortmund for €85 million. I understand why fans doubt this deal will happen. Last summer, we were 90% close to signing Jadon Sancho. Last week, we were 95% close to signing Jadon Sancho. An hour ago, we were 99% close to signing Jadon Sancho, and now we're 99.9% close to signing Jadon Sancho. We're literally sitting here waiting for our here we go, and then we've signed him, basically. Arsenal fans are saying Saka is better than Sancho. In my opinion, they're deluded. Arsenal fans are the type of people that think because Southgate will start Saka over Sancho, that Saka's better. Because Greenwood's not at the Euros and Saka's at the Euros, Saka's better. I tell you what, if Saka plays on the left wing and Grealish is on the bench, Arsenal fans will be telling you Saka's better than Grealish. They are honestly the most deluded fan base in football. And I know it's not all Arsenal fans, so respect to the Arsenal fans that have a brain out there. Look, you can compare Saka with Greenwood, cool. But you cannot compare Saka with Jadon Sancho, and you cannot compare Saka with Marcus Rashford, because these guys have been getting over 30 goal contributions a season for the last 2 seasons. Saka got 12 goal contributions. Greenwood got more goal contributions than Saka. And it's not all about goal contributions. Compare Saka to Greenwood, but don't compare Saka to Rashford. Don't compare Saka to Sancho. I don't get these Arsenal fans and all of that. So yeah. Andrew says around 70 million GDP plus 10 million add-ons is very fair considering Jadon's age stats from the last few seasons. Yeah, Jadon Sancho is 21 years of age. Like, Jadon Sancho, I believe he's 21. Yes, Jadon Sancho is 21 years of age. Like, people don't know. Jadon Sancho is a month older than Phil Foden. There's only if you have, like, Phil Foden is a youngster, but you've got to remember Jadon Sancho is only 1 month older than Phil Foden. So we get a player that's 1 month older than Phil Foden, that is better than Phil Foden in my opinion. That's been doing it for 3 years in the Bundesliga, 20 assists plus for 3 consecutive seasons, and we've signed him for £77 million. £77 million for a player that's 21, only a month older than Phil Foden, and had 3 seasons where he's got 20 plus assists and double figures for goals and assists 3 seasons in a row. That we're paying £5 million more than Arsenal paid for Nicolas Pepe. £5 million more. So let that sink in. Look, it's a lot of money, but we paid more for Maguire. I think it's very, very good price. And all of that. Please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Basing player assessments of Southgate's selection is madness. I know, literally, people, it's like, so Southgate doesn't pick Grealish, he doesn't pick Wan-Bissaka. Does that mean Grealish and Wan-Bissaka are rubbish? No. Like, a lot of people think because Wan-Bissaka doesn't make the England squad that he's a crap right back. It's like, no, he doesn't. It's because Southgate, I don't back Southgate. I think we'll lose to Germany. I don't think Southgate's the manager for England. Grealish should be starting for England, and Wan-Bissaka should be making the England squad. Like, I don't think it takes a genius to tell you that. It doesn't. But there are people out there that think that because Saka starts over Rashford or Saka starts over Grealish, you will get Arsenal fans that think that means Saka's better. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, Bruno didn't start for Portugal because Moutinho is so clear of him. I'm like, oh, does that mean that Mount's clear of Grealish? The logic people use is absolutely mad. Arsenal fans think Xhaka's better than Pogba. Oh my God, I was on TikTok and they were doing this thing where you point to who's better. This Arsenal fan said that Xhaka's better than Pogba because apparently Xhaka's more consistent. Like, honestly, the brains on some of these Arsenal fans, it always gets me, and all of that. Who do you think will sign? I personally think we'll get Pau Torres, Camavinga, and Sancho. The thing is, Pau Torres does not look good. I don't want Pau Torres, but let's say we sign, we don't get Varane. Say Varane is using us for a new contract. We might be stuck with Pau Torres. It's really funny how Lindelof's trending. When Pau Torres makes a mistake, Lindelof gets trending on Twitter and all of that. But yeah, the latest on Jadon Sancho is the deal is not done then. We can just wait on, here we go. So Sky Germany said that the deal was, we agreed a fee, but then they just clarified the deal was not done. So we got on a clap for 5 seconds saying that the fee is agreed. The news coming in is Man United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a fee now of 85 million euros, but it's not done because we're negotiating the structure of how we pay the fee. So we got excited for about 5 minutes, but it has just been confirmed the deal is not done. We agreed a fee, but yeah, we're still negotiating how the fee will be done. But some important points, and the United Journal just come out and tweeted some important points regarding the news about Sky Germany. So what Sky Germany said is Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a transfer fee of around 85 million euros, but they say the deal is not fully closed as the clubs have agreed on a figure and the final details are still missing. They follow up by saying installments or payments and which successes any figures still linked to, probably hinting performance add-ons and stuff like that, needs to be finalised. These remaining details won't mean the deal will fail. Sancho's move to Man United is imminent. So we've been told the deal will happen, the move is imminent. We've agreed a fee, but the reason the deal's not done is because we're agreeing add-ons to the structure of the fee and all of that. But we have agreed a fee, so we have made progress. We've gone from 99% to 99.9%. But I just want to clarify that because we got the news in that the deal was agreed, and then 2 minutes after that, they tell us that it's not actually done. So it was a little bit of a misconstrued there from Manchester United. But Fabrizio Romano has just done a cheeky tweet saying Jadon Sancho still the same final stages. So Fabrizio Romano, John Transfers, just tweeted Jadon Sancho deal still at the same final stages between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund. Both clubs working on a payment structure in order to complete the agreement in the next few days. Still details to be fixed, and then it will be done. So we're not getting our here we go just yet, guys. As annoying as it is, we're not getting our here we go just yet because, yes, the fee is agreed, but we have to work on the payment structure and the add-ons. So we've gone from 99% to 99.9%. Only United could stretch a deal this long and make it so painful. But it's very, very good that I can keep you updated throughout the live stream, because when I started the live stream, we knew nothing. 10 minutes into the live stream, we got told the deal was agreed. But now we've just got some clarification for everyone watching the live stream that fee is agreed, all of that. but we still got stuff to work on, so we don't get any misconstruction or that. But it's a new tweet from Romano. Romano just tweeted, Sancho, nothing new happened. Well, apparently, according to Sky Germany, we did agree the 85 million euro price. We hadn't agreed that an hour ago, so that's the only thing that Romano says, because unless Sky Germany's lying, like, we've agreed a price apparently. But big news there, and I think it's really good that Fabrizio Romano just tweets and clears it up. But we're waiting for that here we go. And that hopefully we get that here we go tonight. Hopefully we get that here we go tomorrow. I want to see that here we go sooner rather than later, because I don't want to be waiting a while for that here we go news. But yeah, big news in for Sancho today. But Fabrizio Romano has just clarified that the deal is not done. So we can't get too excited yet. Only United will make us wait like that. Someone's asked how I'm doing. I'm doing quite well, thank you very much, and all of that. Watching a bit of the football. Excited to see probably Paul Pogba in action later. And as Mick Norris said, United never do anything easy. That is the problem. United don't do anything easy. Like, we are dragging on this Sancho deal for as long as possible. We just want to drag this Sancho deal on all bloody day. I swear to God, you're going to kill me, Man United. They are going to kill me. We like to drag it on. We really do, but it's happening. Sancho is happening. We're just waiting for our here we go. Like, last summer, we were never this close. So people have doubt that this deal will happen. Sancho is coming to Man United this summer. The fee has been agreed, but the deal is still not done. The deal is still not done. That's the latest on Jadon Sancho. Any questions to me, please do pop them down below in the live chat. And, of course, subscribe down to Alice Talks Football to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. Please hit that like button and all of that. But daily Manchester United content and live streams, please do subscribe. I'm just taking a quick drink of water. So any questions you have for me, pop them in the live chat and I will address them. Pogba will be in action tonight versus Switzerland. The France lineup's come out. You've got Lloris in goal. You've got Varane, Lenglet, and Kimpembe as the three centre-backs. You've got Pavard and Rabiot as like the full-backs maybe. Pogba and Kante in the middle. Griezmann as a cam, and Benzema and Mbappe as the two strikers up top. So it looks like a little bit of a formation change from the French, and you probably don't really care about the Swiss lineup, but you've got Akanji, Xhaka, Shaqiri, a few names that you might know in there. For the Swiss team, Sachin says Pau Torres equals the Spanish Lindelof. What do you think? I agree. Pau Torres isn't an improvement. This is the thing. It's Varane, Koundé, and Pau Torres. And I understand Varane and I understand Koundé, but I do not believe that Pau Torres is an improvement. I think he's a good player, but I think Bailly and Tuanzebe could be better players than Pau Torres if we saw a bit more of them. I don't want Pau Torres at United, but it is. If we don't get Varane, we will go for Pau Torres, which frustrates me because I don't think he's good enough. But that is the situation. Just is what it is. You know what United are like. I hope Varane is not using Man United for a new contract, because if Varane wants Manchester United, we will get him. If Varane wants to seriously come to Manchester United, and the rumours are true that Varane wants to come to Manchester United, we will probably get him if he wants us, because I think Varane will go to the club he wants to go to. If Varane wants to stay, he will stay. If Varane wants PSG, he will go to PSG. If Varane wants Chelsea, he'll go to Chelsea. If he wants Man United, he'll go to Man United. Varane will go to the club he wants to go to. So we've got to hope he wants Man United, because if we don't get Varane, we will be going for Pau Torres, because apparently we don't want Koundé anymore. Our bid was rejected for Koundé. Spurs want him. Koundé is better than Spurs. Koundé, you're better than that. Go to United. I think we should be looking at Jules Koundé as our first choice. Man City really wanted Jules Koundé, but they rejected the price and they went for Diaz. You know, Man City are very, very good in the transfer market. They don't have any flops, and they seriously wanted Jules Koundé last summer. He must be a good player if Man City wanted him. Do you see Man City looking at Pau Torres? No. Like, seriously, if we want to be Man City, if we don't want to be top four United, we want to be Premier League United. We want to be Champions League United. And to do that, we have to do what City do in the transfer window. We go for Jules Koundé. Man City would go for Jules Koundé, but they wouldn't go for Pau Torres. But we'll go for Pau Torres because he'll be a little bit cheaper than Jules Koundé. And that's why we'll be a top four club and Man City will be a Premier League winner, because they're willing to pay that extra. We got Donny van de Beek last summer, who I think is a good player. But the only reason we signed Donny van de Beek was because he's 20 million cheaper than Jack Grealish. We always go for the cheaper alternative because our owners are about saving money. And if we need to progress as a club, you could say Ollie out, you could say sign these players, but at the end of the day, we need new owners. We can sign Camavinga, we can sign Varane, we can sign Sancho. I think we can do bits. But we're never going to be the club we want to be until those Glazers go. I tell you that. I tell you that with my honest thoughts. Sancho says, Alice, do you think Lukaku in our team would be good now? We have Sancho agreeing with Bruno. Could have had better chance now. I think Lukaku's problem was he didn't get that much service. To be fair, I think Lukaku's a good player. But you know what? I always preferred Martial to Lukaku when they were here together. And Lukaku's doing the Italian league. He's a good player and all that. But, you know, I had no issue with Lukaku leaving Man United. Yeah, Koundé is apparently set on joining Real Madrid. That's the thing. Real Madrid have lost Ramos. They need a replacement. Real Madrid are going for Koundé over Pau Torres because they know he's better. like generally. Greenwood FC says the difference between Lindelof and Pau Torres is Pau Torres won't play with his hair because he has short hair. Honestly, I think Pau Torres is a bit stronger than Lindelof, but like he really is not the centre back we need. He really is not the centre back we need. So I keep moving in my chair. My chair's a little bit uncomfortable. Southgate picks his favourite. He does. And Andrew says, I'd be shocked if Spurs get Koundé. Basically a step down for him. I don't think Spurs will pay what they need. Sevilla rejected a bid of 60 million for him last summer. Exactly. I think Koundé could be Real Madrid bound, but apparently the reason we weren't in for Koundé is because other teams were in for him. Like the reason so Koundé was our second choice after Varane. Fabrizio Romano said Man United's first choice centre back is Varane. And then he said about a month ago that our second choice centre back is Jules Koundé. Now Pau Torres is our second choice centre back because we know it'll be cheaper and there's less competition for Pau Torres because Pau Torres isn't as good as Jules Koundé. Like it's just how United work. Unfortunately, we do work that way because we're not very good. Are you doing a Sancho deal watch along? I mean, I'll be live till about 8 p.m. to be fair. I'll be live till the French game kicks off. But if we sign Jadon Sancho today, if we get our Here We Go today, I will be live again. The second I see that Here We Go come on my phone, I will be live. So the second we get Sancho deal done and confirmed, so the Sancho deal is 99.9% done, but the second the Sancho deal is 100% done, there will be a video, there will be a live stream. So make sure you subscribe for that. Daily United content, five to 7 live streams a week. So make sure you stay subscribed to stay up to date for all the latest Manchester United news and all that. But De Gea was an unused substitute, and Spain go through after a 5-3 win against Croatia. It ended up being a really, really good, interesting game and all of that. And everyone's sitting there going, is the Here We Go soon? Is the Here We Go soon? Because of this news from Sky Germany that's kind of teased and winds us all up a bit. But Fabrizio Romano, takes the hype down a bit, just telling us that, that it's not yet, you see Fabrizio Romano tweet, you're like, is it Here We Go? And he's like, you know what, it's not a Here We Go. So, I'd like a Here We Go. But yeah, if you just joined the live stream, the latest news just in is that Telegraph say that Varane wants Manchester United and he wants to leave Real Madrid and he wants to come to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Manchester United are on for Camavinga, but they say he's not a top priority target as of yet. We want to get the Sancho deal over the line and get a centre-back, ideally Varane, and then we'll be looking at the likes of Camavinga, depending on the future of Paul Pogba and Donny van der Beek. And Sky Germany came out about half an hour ago and said that Manchester United have agreed an €85 million fee with with Borussia Dortmund for Jadon Sancho. We're now negotiating the add-ons and the structure of how the fee is paid. So we've agreed the fee with Dortmund, a little bit of progress, but we're addressing the add-ons and the structure and how the fee will be paid. So the deal is not done yet. We're still waiting for that Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. But big progress in the Man United for Sancho deal. So I just thought I'd update everyone joining the live stream and all of that. Big up, Alice. Love your show. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for the support. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're not already subscribed. Of course, hit that like button, share this video and all of that, because every subscriber means a lot. We're on the road to 15k subscribers. We're 14 subscribers away from 14.250. So we're 14 subs away from 14.250. So that'd be absolutely mad if we could hit that by the end of the stream. 14 subs to go, 14 subs to go. So please do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. They want 80 million for Camavinga, someone who is 18. They say they want 80 million for Camavinga, but we could get Camavinga for 40 million because he's got 1 year left on his deal and all of that. Everyone's tweeting Fabrizio Romano, say here we go and all of that. Dortmund and Man United have agreed a transfer fee of around 85 million euros for Jadon Sancho, but the deal is not done because we have to just negotiate how we're going to pay the add-ons and the structure of the fee. But the deal is like this close to being done. Like last summer, the deal was this close to being done. Like it was close, but now it's like this close. Like the deal will be done. The difference between this summer and last summer is Man United will sign Sancho. It's just we're waiting for us to get our Here We Go. Like last summer, we thought United would sign Sancho, but we didn't. This summer, we know United will sign Sancho, but we're waiting for it to be announced. We're waiting for our Here We Go. So yeah, big news. Imagine if Sancho doesn't sign. I'd be shocked if Sancho doesn't sign. United would have to fuck up so big if Sancho doesn't sign now, because the deal is 99.9% done. We've agreed a fee with Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund said, yeah, you can have them for 85 million euros. So unless we don't want to pay add-ons, to get that 85 million, there's no way we can't sign Sancho unless we fuck up massively and bail out. We've basically signed Sancho. It's 99.9% done. If we don't sign Sancho, it will be an absolute joke. But it literally is like physically impossible not to sign Sancho at this rate while being this close. Like the Glazers would have to fuck up big time. They literally have to insult like the person. They literally have to like kill the person. They literally have to kill Sancho to not get him. The only way we don't sign Jadon Sancho is if they go out and murder him. Literally, it's that close. I don't know how we could not sign him out. I don't know what they'd have to do to not get this deal done. and all of that. Please do put any questions you have for me down below in the live chat. If you have any questions you want me to answer, please do pop them down below in the live chat. Make sure you subscribe to Alice Talks so we'll stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. And any questions for me, please do let me know. Like, subscribe, and all of that. Someone said, would I swap Paul Pogba for Ronaldo? And I love Ronaldo. But you know what, guys? I generally wouldn't. I wouldn't. I love Ronaldo. But Paul Pogba is younger than Ronaldo. We need a midfielder more than an attacker. And Paul Pogba is a very, very good player. We've seen it for France. We've seen it occasionally for United. He's a top player. We are better with Paul Pogba. If we sell Paul Pogba, we won't find a better replacement out there. There's not a player out there that can replace Paul Pogba. You could get two players out there, but there's not a player that can actually physically replace Paul Pogba because on his day, he's the best midfielder in world football. Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder in football, but on his day, Paul Pogba can be. So Paul Pogba is irreplaceable for me. I think he's such a good player. He just doesn't always show it. And I think one of the reasons he doesn't show it is maybe because his heart's not in Man United, maybe because he's not playing with the best players. I think if you put Paul Pogba around the best players, and he always shows up, and I think we need a top CDM to put Paul Pogba around. But I wouldn't. I love Ronaldo, but I couldn't swap Paul Pogba for him. Sane says, I think now United will work on a centre-back and important to renew Pogba after the Euros, and Camavinga is just a replacement for possible Pogba or Van der Beek. The situation with Camavinga is, although we've been linked to Camavinga by reliable journalists, it looks like it just depends on if Pogba's going to stay or what Van der Beek's future is. And the thing that annoys me is I'm like, Pogba and Van der Beek are better than McTominay, Fred and Matic, but we're handing out Matic a new contract at, 30 or something on his last legs and can't play anymore. We like Fred and McTominay, we play them every week, but Pogba and Van der Beek are the midfielders we're willing to sell. And I sit here and think, Pogba and Van der Beek are better than Fred and McTominay, and Matic has got no legs on, but Man United are open to sell Pogba. Well, not open to sell Pogba, they want to keep Pogba, but Man United are open to sell Van der Beek, but they don't want to get rid of Matic with no legs. They don't want to get rid of McTominay and Fred. I don't get it. Any questions for me, put them in the live chat. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water. And all of that. Very good comment here from Samuel Cook, something I've talked about a lot. Sancho will be key with his creativity. This is really, really key because the thing that Jadon Sancho offers that Rashford and Greenwood and Martial don't offer on the wing is when Greenwood, Rashford and Martial play on the wing, you've got to remember they're like almost inside forwards. They're more forwards. They're like, because they're wingers that like to cut in and score. They're not creators. You've got to remember like Martial, Greenwood and Rashford have a high goals to assist ratio, because they're like inside forwards. They like to cut in and score. They're like a mixture of a striker and a winger, while Jadon Sancho is an out-and-out winger. And one of the reasons we played Paul Pogba as a winger is because we needed a little bit of creativity in the wing, because we had two wingers that just wanted to cut in and score. Now, Jadon Sancho is a creative winger. He's like a Jack Grealish, but I don't want to compare him, but he's a creative winger. And it means that, we now will create more chances, because we could play Paul Pogba back in the pivot where he's clearly his best. We've seen it for France. But Bruno Fernandes won't have to do all the creating from the 10 position, because he knows Sancho's a creator. Like, Rashford's a good player, Greenwood's a good player, but they're not creators like Sancho is. 3 seasons in a row, Sancho's got 20 plus assists. 3 seasons in a row, Sancho's done that. Greenwood's a good player, but he's not a player that's going to whip in crosses and create chances. And what Pogba added when he played on the wing is he gave Cavani more service. When Pogba played on the wing and Pogba played higher up the pitch with Bruno, Cavani got more service. Because Rashford and Greenwood, they didn't provide Cavani that service, either did Martial. Jadon Sancho is a winger that will provide Cavani that service. So Jadon Sancho is a really good signing because he provides that service to Edison Cavani. He provides that service to a lot of whoever plays striker. We've got service from Pogba deep. We've seen how good Pogba is for France playing deep, unlocking that defence. That assist he got for Benzema, the assist he almost got from Mbappe, but it was just offside. We know how good Paul Pogba is for deep. Then you've got Bruno Fernandes in the 10 role that created the most chances in the Premier League last season. No player created more chances than Bruno Fernandes. He also created the most chances for Portugal despite being poor. He will create chances. And then you've got Sancho in the minute to create chances, and a player like Cavani up top that will finish his chances. And there will be a lot of goals next season with Jadon Sancho. That's what I think. And he's a very good creative winger. I think he's a very, very good signing. Please do hit that like button. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you are not already subscribed. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe, like, share to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United transfer news. If you haven't seen my face before, I do daily United content and live streams on the channel, updating you on all the news. So yeah, please do show the love on the channel. The minute we sign Sancho, the minute we get that, here we go, I will be live. The Sancho deal is like 99.9% done, but when it's 100% done, there will be a live stream just dedicated to the Sancho deal being done. A little bit of analysis, a little bit of a celebration, a bit of a fun live stream, answering some questions. A good question for you guys though watching. Once the Sancho deal is officially done, do we go, who would you sign? Rafael Varane, Camavinga or Kieran Trippier next? I think it's going to be Sancho as centre-back and the third player this summer. But I would go, you know what, as much as I love Rafael Varane, I would sign Sancho and I'd go straight in for Jules Koundé, but I don't think United are going to do that. And then I'll be looking to get Camavinga. That's what I love for United to do, but I don't think we'll personally do that and all of that. You could get Rice for 60 million. We could use Lingard and get Rice for £60 million. But I think Declan Rice is a good player. And I think if you play Declan Rice next to Paul Pogba, he'll be unlocked and you'll get a lot about Paul Pogba. I think Declan Rice is a fantastic player. But you know what? I think Declan Rice is so overpriced. I would take Camavinga over Declan Rice. Even though Declan Rice has permanently proven a more an out-and-out CDM, I think Camavinga and Paul Pogba in the pivot would be absolutely fantastic for Manchester United. Like that is like a dream for me. Paul Pogba and Camavinga in the pivot would just be absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. You know how Ollie likes to say fantastic? It would be fantastic. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're not subscribed. The latest news coming in is we got told from Sky Germany that Manchester United agreed an £85 million fee for Jadon Sancho, but Fabrizio Romano has just come out and clarified that the deal is not done yet. Although we've agreed a fee with Borussia Dortmund, although there's been some progress, Fabrizio Romano came out and tweeted that the Sancho deal is still at the same, it's still in the final stages. He said both clubs are working on the payment structure in order to complete the agreement in the next few days. Still details to be fixed, then it will be done. So yes, we've agreed a fee that's just come out from Sky Germany for Jadon Sancho. According to, apparently Man United and Dortmund have agreed a fee for Jadon Sancho. That's the progress that's come out in the last hour. But Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed the Donner transfers that we still need to, do the final details. So I think it's about completing the add-ons, maybe the performance add-ons as well, maybe the structure of the deal. But very, very close on the Sancho deal. Like this, it's going to be we're going to get this deal over the line very, very soon. And then we're going to probably work on Varane. Fabrizio Romano said earlier, Sancho will sign, then we will go and sign a centre-back. Hope we want Varane, but we don't 100% know. If we don't go for Varane, we'll go for Pau Torres. But hopefully we don't go for Pau Torres. But yeah, Jadon Sancho is as close as ever. Here we go, and very, very close. Here we go, very, very close. So I'll keep your Fabrizio Romano notifications on and be waiting for that. Here we go. Any questions for me, put them down below in the live chat. Please do like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm going to address a couple of comments and read you some of the more news coming in regarding Manchester United for the final 10 minutes of the stream. George Kessler says, who do you think will be first choice goalkeeper next season? Honestly, no idea, but if I was going to put a guess, I'd play De Gea, but I think Henderson will be first choice. I think towards the end of the season, it was hinting that De Gea would leave. I think Henderson will be Man United's first choice goalkeeper come next season. I think if I had to put a guess, yes, but I personally use De Gea, but I think Henderson will be. Apparently Varane wants 300k week wages to be at Man United. It wouldn't surprise me if Man United did that to get Varane, to be fair. Zane says, what will happen to Martial? Sancho coming in and some players need to go. Also, Greenwood and striker so can play Martial position. This is the situation. I think if we sign Sancho, Juan Mata has to go. Don't know why we're giving Juan Mata a new contract when we're just adding another winger to the squad. Like, Juan Mata barely played at all this season, and now he's going to compete with Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side, not Daniel James on the right-hand side, not Greenwood. He's got to compete with Jadon Sancho as well as those two. Juan Mata needs to go, and I love Dan James. I really do like Dan James, but he has to go because I don't think it's good enough. I would have Martial and Rashford as my left-wing options, Cavani and Greenwood as my striker options, and Sancho and Ahmed as my right mid options. But I'm worried we let Martial go, we keep Mata, and we keep Dan James, and I don't think Mata and Dan James are good enough. And my fear is Jadon Sancho coming in doesn't affect Greenwood because Greenwood's going to be a striker. But a player that we brought last summer for £30 million, Amad Diallo, I've seen enough of him to know he's going to be a very, very good player. And if we keep Dan James and Mata around, if something happens to Sancho, he'll be giving Dan James and Mata game times over Amad Diallo. And for me, Amad Diallo deserves that game time more than Mata and Dan James because we know Amad Diallo could be a Man United level player. Mata is no longer a Man United level player. Daniel James is a Premier League level player, but is he a Man United level player? Probably not. But Amad Diallo could be a Man United level player. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. There is rumours that Martial will leave, but you've got to remember about Martial. He always gets linked for a Man United leave. If he ends the season badly, we always get told Martial's going to leave, and he never does. So we'll see because he's got a few years left on his contract. So we could get a bit of money for Martial though. I think we could get a fair bit of money for Martial. Abe Alvarez says, sell Matic, Lingard, Mata, Bailly, Jones, Strong, Pereira, Jones, Romero, Grant, Williams. I agree. I'd loan out Williams though, but I do agree with that comment. Adam Sports says, report from Sky Germany says we've agreed a deal. Yes, Sky Germany have said we've agreed the deal, but they said the deal is not done because we need to have add-ons. So yes, United have now agreed a deal for Jadon Sancho. We've agreed a fee, but the deal is not done because we still need to work out add-ons and the structure of how we're going to pay the deal. That is the news coming in. So as I read it, for 2 minutes, I generally thought we'd agreed the Sancho deal because if you were in the first 10 minutes of my live stream, I was like, guys, we just agreed the Sancho deal. Wait, we just, and then I read the full article and I realised we haven't agreed yet. We've agreed the price, but the deal is not done. But it's like this close to being done. It's like, just let it be done. Like, let it be done and all of that. But very, very close. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I do daily Manchester United content. So if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share the video, show some support to the channel. Every like, every sub, every share, it means a lot. So thanks everyone for supporting the channel. I'll answer a few more live chats, but then I will be interested in watching the Portugal-France game and all of that. I'm trying to read out as many live chats as possible, so I'm sorry if I miss any live chats. If you did comment a live chat and I haven't read it out, just subscribe to me, put notifications on, and put it in your next live stream. But I can't read them out. I can't read all the live streams, all the live chats out, by the way. What do I think of Botman of Lille? As I said earlier, I think he's a good player. I haven't seen a lot of him. I can't comment on him, but I think he's better than Pau Torres. But I don't know enough about Botman to really give my comment on him, but I think he's a decent player, and I wouldn't be mad if we signed him and all of that. Would you have prime Varane or have Koundé or Torres, who are currently getting their prime? I would have Varane, as it would be a good fit. I think what Varane adds is, you know that Ollie doesn't like to drop Lindelof or McFred. Even when Bailly plays well, he won't drop Lindelof. The thing about Varane is, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not drop Lindelof, will not drop Varane for Lindelof. I think Koundé would be a better sign than Varane. I believe it or not, my personal opinion, I think Koundé is the best centre back we could sign, followed by Varane. But Koundé could be on the bench for Lindelof, yeah. But Varane, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could physically not bench Varane, so we could start Lindelof. I worry if you sign Koundé, Ole would bench Koundé for Lindelof. You know, Ole benches Bailly when fit for Lindelof. Ole benches a Tuanzebe that pockets Neymar and Mbappe for Lindelof. Ole does not like to bench Lindelof, and Varane's the only centre back we're linked to that I go, he benches Lindelof. He benches Lindelof. I think Koundé is better than Lindelof. I think Koundé should bench Lindelof, but because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his love for Lindelof, I can't tell you if we sign Koundé, he would bench Lindelof. That's the sad truth. Alice, don't you think Dalot needed a chance? Yeah, I think Dalot's a good young player. He's young. He can only get better. He's an attacking right. But look, if I had it my way, I'd keep Dalot. I don't want us to spend 20 million on a backup right back. You know what? I keep Dalot as backup right back. I'll go try and sign Camavinga, try and sign Varane, and get Sancho if I had it my way. But unfortunately, United aren't quite run as well as other clubs. You know, we've got the Glazers in charge. Man City have got Sheikh Mansour. It's just the way life works sometimes and all of that. Everton have offered Sergio Ramos a lucrative Sergio Romero lucrative contract. Apparently they have. I mean, we knew Sergio Romero would be off. That's why Tom Heaton came in. But it's sad the situation that Sergio Romero left because he was such a good club servant. And Aidan Joe says, who would I want as CDM? If I could have anyone in the world, I'd have Ndidi or Kimmich. But I'd take Zakaria. I'd take Camavinga. I would take Declan Rice. I'd take a lot of players, to be fair, because all I know is I don't want to see McFred playing in the pivot next season. Man United will not win a Premier League with McFred in the pivot. That Fred's been good in the Copa America. McTominay's a good player when he plays box to box on this day, but United would not win a Premier League with Fred in the pivot. But you just never know what they're going to Solskjaer. Do you think Greenwood will go when Sancho signs because he'll barely play? No, because Greenwood's going to be moved up top. Like, Greenwood's a striker, and the one thing I'll give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer credit for is that he improves our attackers. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer improves our attackers. I think Martial's first season as a number 9. He got 17 non-penalty goals in the Premier League. Only Danny Ings got more non-penalty goals in the Premier League than Martial 2 seasons ago. And I think Ole's really good at developing players into number 9. The defensive coaching at Manchester United, awful. The CDM coaching at Man United, awful. But the attacking coaching at Man United is very, very good because I've seen progress in... I know Martial had an off-season, but I've seen progress in Greenwood, Rashford and Martial. I think Ole is the right manager. No, I don't think Ole's the right manager for Man United. I'm Ole in, but I think there's managers that could do better. But I think Ole's the type of manager you'd want to work with Greenwood. Because I think Ole, as though the defensive coaching is questionable, Ole's subs is questionable, Ole's love of McFred and Lindelof is questionable, but I think Ole's a very good manager to convert Greenwood to that centre forward. And Ole and Cavani teaching Greenwood, I think Greenwood has all the facilities to be a top centre forward. I really do. Out of Lindelof, Bailly, Tuanzebe, who would you sell, Lindelof? You know, actually, no, you know what? I think Bailly is our best centre-back on our day, but because of Bailly's injury record, you know what? I'd probably sell Bailly. Pau Torres today was not good enough. When he came on, Varane must be number 1 target, proven at top clubs and knows how to play for a big club. Exactly. Varane and Koundé should be way ahead of Pau Torres. Koundé's a talent, but I do worry about his positioning. Watching a bit this season, he gets forward far too often, slightly concerning. I like a centre-back that gets forward personally, but yeah. And SM says class CDM in front of Maguire and Lindelof, class centre-back behind McFred. Yeah, we need one of the two. We definitely need one of the two. We can't be getting an average centre-back or an average CDM. If you get one class centre-back, it can help the CDM situation. If you can get one, so if you get one class centre-back, it means we don't have to play McFred because Lindelof and Maguire don't need to be protected. If you get one class CDM, that protects Lindelof and Maguire, but we can play more attacking football. So we just need one class. We need a centre-back, a CDM, and a right winger. But I'd rather us get a class CDM or a class centre-back than a shit centre-back. Do you know what I mean? I think most people would. I think that makes sense. It will be done this week. I think the Sancho deal will be done this week. It won't be announced by Man United until Sancho's been knocked out of the Euros, till England been knocked out of the Euros. But I think we'll get our here we go this week. From the sounds of things, the deal is massively progressing. So I think we'll get a here we go for Jadon Sancho this week, if you want my honest opinion, and all of that. I'm going to wrap up the live stream in just a minute and all of that, but a journalist called Robin at Varane has just said that the Rennes sporting director Florian Maurice, with some further transfer market statements, the Rennes sporting director has confirmed that Man United and PSG and the two clubs in discussion for Camavinga. So it's been confirmed by Rennes sporting director that both Man United and PSG are the two clubs in talks for Camavinga. So we know those Camavinga rumours are genuine rumours. Reliable journalists say we're in for Camavinga. So we'll have to see how the Camavinga situation develops. But as I said, it's Jadon Sancho week this week. It's Varane week after the Euros, and then it might be Camavinga time. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. But it's very, very interesting to see if that happens and all of that. But thank you everyone for tuning into the live stream and all of that. Please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Someone's asked me for any Pogba contract updates. Honestly, we'll know after the Euros. Nothing as of now. So if you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please do subscribe. If you have any questions for me and I didn't manage to answer them in this live stream, please just subscribe, put notifications on, and then comment them in tomorrow's live stream, and hopefully I can address them in tomorrow's live stream, because I will be live after the England-Germany game tomorrow. So there'll be a live stream tomorrow after the England-Germany game. So big news there. And George Kester's asked my prediction for France-Switzerland. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. 2-0. I can't do this. 2-0 win. No, 2. I can't do this. All right. 2-0 win to France and all that. So like, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time, and bye.